it really is interesting. Everything is in perspective. I mean, what one consider is a bad thing or even a horrible thing can be an absolutely amazing, can begot an amazing thing. The Titanic. Jesus Christ! What the hell was that?
That's the T text alert.
Anyway, as I was saying, the Titanic, a lot of people consider that a horrible tragedy. It was like, lives lost, things like that. But you got to think in the kitchen to the lobsters that were going to be dinner that night. That was a goddamn miracle.
Fab Studios presents Figure Action. That one's me.
That's what we call perspective.
Exactly. What is going on, everybody? It is Thursday night, and if you're watching us here live on YouTube, first and foremost, thank you. We've already got some cool folks hanging out with us in the chat. If you're watching us here, make sure you pop into that live chat over there, interact with us. We'll be pulling up your comments, talking with y'all throughout the course of the show. I hope everybody had a safe and happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, we were off last week, but I did get the opportunity to hop on over Patriot Prime's channel. We had him on as a guest last show. I did a sit rep with him. I'll put a link in the description to that, along with our Teespring link in the show after we finish tonight's episode. So again, thanks to Patriot Prime for being a guest. Thanks for having me on, and we missed y'all last week. So before we get started, find out how everybody's doing. If they got anything cool, first and foremost, Kielbasa, slam that like button. Always helps us out. If that subscribe button appears red, that means you're not subscribed. Click that subscribe button. Ring that notification bell. Really
hit that red spot. Give it a rub. Give it a rub. Rub the red spot.
Rub the red spot for Figure Action.
And YouTube has decided that you all don't get to see how many people dislike our videos, but we'll know.
Yeah.
We'll know.
We'll know. There's an extension where you can now remedy that. So, but for the masses, they won't know. But Kielbasa, slam that like button because it helps us out a lot. And even if you're not watching the live show, we have the whole back catalog of Figure Action episodes. You can also leave comments on those. Anyway, make sure you check out our Teespring store again. Teespring, Fab Shop 2. We got some of the best priced podcasting merch out there. You know what? I'm feeling a little generous. I think we're going to give away a shirt tonight to one lucky participant in the chat. So
wait, this one?
Drop a comment.
Do I have to wash it? Do I have to wash this one when I send it? Or does it need to go out with my man scent?
You'll get a fresh, clean one. Unless you want Dave's. And then you can say Dave is a guy that would give you.
Do you consider your man scent a? Is it positive? Do you consider your man? Is that a selling point? Your man scent?
It's kosher.
Is it?
But Dave also wants to be the person to say, "Hey, I gave you the shirt right off my back."
Give away my Studio Series Bumblebee Starscreamer.
You want to bundle it? We'll do a bundle giveaway. Or should we do 2 giveaways?
2.
We'll do 2. Okay. Well, all right. Well, I'm going to start recording all the folks in the chat. So if you are a subscriber and live in the continental U.S., make sure you drop a comment in tonight's show at the end. We'll do a wheel decide, and we'll pick 2 lucky winners. I guess we'll do. We'll figure it out whether we do 2 wheels or we do 1 and just pick the last one. We'll do the shirt, and then we'll do Starscreamer.
You are more interesting.
2 of them would be more interesting. But anyway, let's find out how the hell everybody's doing. If you got anything cool, how was your Thanksgiving? We'll start off with the man who's having too much Hanukkah on Hanukkah, Mr. Trustarscreamer, Dave Ludwig. How the hell are you doing?
I'm well. As a happy Hanukkah to you all. And I will tell you right now, my wife made an absolute amazing brisket and latkes. And I'll tell you, once you get proper Jew food, life is good. I tell you, they will tell you, once you get that succulent Jew in your mouth, you just can't go wrong. But I digress. I got a lot of fun things. It's been a while. Hasbro took over, I got a thing. Not only did I get a thing, I got something fantastic.
Mr. Tickle Fingers.
Listen, Matt, you sound like you got some sand in your swimsuit there. All right, so you just be good there. But it's okay because the gang's all here. Amazon, Cyber Monday. If you're not subscribed to Team Amazon, he usually puts like these cool things up there. So he let me know that I got this on a good deal.
Is that the set called The Family That Busts Together?
No, that's on the Plasma series.
The Spill and Plasma series.
Also, this wonderful $55 figure, because this ain't no $85 figure. I'm trying to keep this quick, guys, because it's a lot. And this one just swooped off the shelf. I'll admit I'm part of the problem in buying this. This was totally me being part of the problem, but these accessories here, these gauntlet accessories, really, and some of the redo on the legs really sold it to me. So
and they painted his back. They painted his back.
Oh yeah, I mean the paint's good, but I mean just like having the weapons on here and the more movie accurate helmet, it's. I was telling myself I wasn't going to, but I did. This just came in today. I don't even think there's a review out for this anywhere, so who knows? Not kosher, so you know.
I couldn't even make that joke.
It's not for lack of wanting to.
No, it's not.
A lot of my life is not for lack of wanting, I assure you. Don't worry. This last joke, though, we'll make a killing on it. This is probably one of my most anticipated figures from McFarlane. So I'm very excited for this. This is from the Three Jokers. This is the comedian one. So this is actually in the Killing Joke design, which is the GameStop exclusive. And finally, last but not least, I got me Mezco Hawks P40, which
yay!
Hopefully we'll be getting on the shelves later. So this is going to be fun. And as you can see here, the shelves are being set up. So
there's a storm coming.
Yeah, I got the storm. This entire shelf is almost Storm Collectibles. I am thrilled. I've got my high-end Mazinger Super Robot Chigokins right here.
Bless you.
And you didn't show off Fiesta Edition Kung Lao.
The movie Kung Lao is right there. Though technically the Fiesta one, it's fun. You know, I know I've like hijacked already a good, 8 minutes of this. Well, this was and Zero was able to get this for me because I was having some weird credit card issues. This version of Kung Lao was the SDCC one. He came with more weapon effects, while the regular release is coming with the pulling the rabbit out of its hat friendship thing. I think the accessories that came with this one should have been the one standard edition, while the rabbit out of the hat should have been coming from the convention exclusive. Also, if anyone is getting this, this hat is a soft plastic. When I first got it, it was like bent upward, looking more like a sombrero, ninja assassin hat. So I did take a hair dryer and I was able to make it malleable. I thought it was a construction error. So just side note for you on that one.
Sportimus says he won't buy any more DC figures because no guns. And I'm thinking to myself, like, well, if you're a Spawn collector, I think those figures are going to be coming with a ton of guns. And
it's not just McFarlane. Yeah, it's DC in general. And that's a whole new rant. I mean, that new freaking Red Hood that's coming out is okay.
I don't know.
His hands are actually doing pistols. I think McFarlane's actually trolling DC. Yeah. But I actually did pick up. Sometimes if you can find a Thomas Wayne Batman on closeout, he's got pistols that'll scale for it. And if you can ever find a freaking Bloodshot from way back when from McFarlane, he comes with 2 guns and an assault rifle. So
only a matter of time before somebody starts printing guns. I mean, friend of the show. We got to get him on. But Larkin's Lair, not only does he do good 3D prints, they're also super affordable. So it's only a matter of time. But again, you see a lot of these 3D prints, they're running like $10 a piece. Larkin, his prices are super solid. I highly recommend ordering from his Etsy. I've linked them before. I'm feeling generous, so I'll toss a link to his Etsy shop in here tomorrow after the show goes
viral.
Back up.
After
Yeah,
the
it
show
goes viral. All right. Well, on that topic, T-Man, does the T stand for tired?
Yes. So, spoiler alert, I wanted to come on here to at least do the whole part because, I wanna lay down. I am tired from working all day at work, actually doing real work, manual
They made
labor.
you lift things.
Yeah, and stay there way past the time I'm normally there. But I did get the thing. I forgot we didn't do it last week. I did get Human Torch.
Can't find him anywhere.
I didn't read whatever TM said.
He
This
was
just
complimenting
came
Dave Shelves. He was complimenting Dave Shelves.
He said
Oh,
that
thank
you were
thank
his favorite reviewer.
Oh, that's actually true though.
Yeah.
I got this from Amazon. She's a little bit prettier in person. I got another one of these. This time it's fist stick emoting right there, and it's purple. It comes with different weapons.
That's the one I had.
I got Jackpot. I like his color.
Tell us
And
about
his
his
little
face.
His face. He has a universal problem on like every figure where the mold is split down the middle and different on one side. So you will instantly notice that half of his head is popping up. The visor is perfect, and the mouth is perfect, and then the chin is like lopsided. So, since all of them are like that, you're gonna just have to accept that he is different. He is still special, even though he's asymmetrical, and you have to love him because you can't judge people with their problems or their differences. I mean, and I did get Tigra.
Oh, she's pretty cool looking.
Yes, yeah.
That's from the Wonder Woman 2, right?
Yep, Wonder Woman. That'll trigger.
Looks just like Kristen Wiig.
And I did get Lobo tonight too with Jackpot and Invisible Woman.
How come mine hasn't shipped yet?
I don't know.
I ordered it through Team Amazon.
I told them that I wanted mine first.
He intercepted yours. He has too much power.
I was like, nah, I don't want him getting it first. But as you saw tonight on my channel, I got Masterpiece Skids and Reboost.
Which one do you like better?
I feel a certain type of way about them that you should find out about in my videos.
Man, I gotta watch the whole chill comparison review.
Yeah.
Put it on 2-speed.
Put it on 2-speed, yeah. That's how I watch it.
I watch it on 0.5.
I watch it on.
Yeah, he's somewhat less chill at two times speed.
Yeah, you can still watch my videos at 2 times and it still sounds normal. It might sound like I'm rushing a little tiny bit, but it sounds normal. Now some people's channel, you can't do that because it just sounds like. But that's me. But I want to see what Matt and you have.
All right, well, Matt, how the hell are you doing?
I'm great.
I'm not sure if I want to see what Matt has because I know what he got. It makes me mad.
Yeah,
Wait a minute. I've been waiting to do this gag. Remember the 70s Incredible Hulk? You don't want to make T-Man angry. because he becomes Sony.
That
Is uncanny.
that looks like. So that picture looks like when they remastered. Have you seen this? They have the screenshots where they show the remastered GTA and the original GTAs. That's what that looks like. They took a screen grab from San
I was
Andreas.
going to say I thought when you order your TM reviews from Wish.
It's full. The inside joke here is it's Movember, and check out. I know he did a fundraiser for Movember. Check it out. It's a really great cause. And when I saw him with the beard, I was like, oh, that's right. He does. He and T look very similar at certain points with the beard. Because there was a point when people were confusing you and TM reviews.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they still do because they don't pay attention.
So I've been meaning to make like the parody of the Incredible Hulk where it slides down and it goes dun 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 dun.
Yeah, TM reviews and T-Man 978 sounds so much alike. So,
but back to our regularly scheduled Matt programming.
I haven't been on the show for a few weeks, so I'm going to just boil down what I've got to the recent stuff. So I'm with everybody else on the Masterpiece crowd. I got me an MP Skids, and I got to say, like, I have one little looseness issue with his leg here because the screw isn't screwed in all the way. But besides that, I love him. I think he's awesome.
You got to work on your screw game.
The accessories are good. I like that the price is a little lower, and it's not a box full of useless shit that's never going to be used.
Yep.
I like that his accessories stay with the bot, can store in alt mode and stays with it. I can put an empty box away in my box storage and not have to worry about it. The other thing that I got that I'll talk about that T is not at all jealous about is that I was able to get and secure and have delivered my Mezco Summer Mezcon La Cucaracha Gomez. I told someone very close to me that I was getting a 1/12 scale, highly posable bug in a tuxedo. And I don't know if they believed me, but here it is. So with a hoverboard too, by the way. So there we go.
Are they watching the show?
They are. The general consensus is, I think, now this is new toy syndrome a little bit, but I think this is probably in my top 3 Mezcos that I own. He's pretty fucking awesome. But I'll keep it short and sweet. That's all I got really that I want to talk about. I got some other stuff.
I've heard you described as that way.
It really doesn't matter. And I'm drinking, so
that's always a fun time. All right,
Jordan.
How are you doing, sir?
How are you doing? See, now I took a drink, and if you're just fucking patient,
if you know,
your turn.
There's something to be said about patience. So I guess I'll start off. I got
underrated Guns N' Roses song.
Yes, it is. I'll start off. I got something. I'm not really sure it's a toy per se.
Does it vibrate?
No, it doesn't.
Then it's not a toy.
Okay.
Can you play with it?
You can play with it. You can play with them. So I think I mentioned a while back that I got the something I'd wanted for a very long time because I have the basement bar now. I got myself the Mortal Kombat 2. Then Lex sent me this link for this Pac-Man. Somebody was selling it on Facebook Marketplace. They got it for their kids. Their kids didn't play it. Sold it for $100.
Really?
Yes.
God damn.
Yep. I got the receipt to prove it was $100. So I had the 2 cabinets sitting there in just this empty space. Cyber Monday rolls around, and Best Buy had a deal and a coupon for arcade. Well, for items you were able to use it on Arcade 1-Up. So I used the coupon and I got Turtles. And I paid more because I got Mortal Kombat for $130 on clearance at Walmart.
The person you bought that from, their kids suck.
Yeah, their kids do suck. Their kids do suck because it's like, how can you not like Pac-Man? But yeah,
they gotta stand up. I gotta stand up to play.
Yeah. So I'm really happy to have this trifecta of machines in my basement, and I gotta say, like, of the three, the Turtles is my favorite one. It's, if you look down here, it actually has molded in coin slots. They don't actually work, but
I was gonna say, if you're gonna be you would be the most jackass of a host if they worked.
no, it's all on
And that, Mazel tov.
but I think that looks so much better than like where they're just graphics on Pac-Man and on Mortal Kombat. It's kind of hard to see in the picture, but the control deck actually lights up. It's got Wi-Fi in there. You can play online, and there's leaderboards. I love this machine. So it's really cool to have like three of my favorites just there. It definitely completes the look of my basement bar. So really happy to have those. As for I removed myself from stream. I'm gonna move myself back over there.
Wait, don't forget to give away my Starscream.
We will give away the Starscream. All right, so we'll start it off. I too, like T, got jackpot. The head on mine. Oh wow, green screen.
That's disco
making that. Let's disable the green screen for a second here. While they change where the button is. All right. Well, we won't disable the greens. Well, and of course, there we go. All right. So the head on mine is not as jacked up, but it's super loose. I can fix that, but it is super loose on there. But it's still not the best. As a figure though, I dig him. I got. I did get Tigertron off of Amazon.
You are frozen, you know.
Yeah, your picture's frozen.
That's weird. I can.
You're looking very stoic.
That is bizarro. Give me 1 second.
So Matt,
it's just us. We control the show now.
So like I said,
he is sound asleep.
Meg's been working on a lot of good food, and she's working on this roast chicken again for Hanukkah. She's doing it Jewish style, and I'll tell you, once you sink your teeth in the thigh like that, no other meat will work.
Yeah.
Oh, I walked into some innuendo. All right, now that I'm not frozen, jackpot head is not as screwed up as T's, but it's really loose. I got to go at this guy with some kiki. Wow, I think you guys caused some psychological damage to Nightwing here.
I mean, he came in with that. That's not our fault.
Amazon sent me Tigertron, and this guy is so much better than Cheetor.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, and do I have? I don't have Cheetor handy. Do I have?
Just don't give.
I thought I had Shadow Panther handy, but significantly larger, much more substantial, better transformation all around. This is probably one of the better Voyagers in Kingdom, so definitely recommend him. Let's see. I also got Skids in today, and what's interesting is I ordered him after Reboost. Reboost shipped first, and I got Skids today. Reboost ended up in West Virginia, and I should hopefully have him tomorrow.
So you overboosted.
I did. Sportimus was asking about this guy in the comments, and I got him today as well, and that is the MP52 Plus Thundercracker. If you like Starscream, I did like the Starscream. You'll like this guy. I think he looks really good in person. I was kind of shocked when we went to TFCon. Nobody had him out on display, and I was just kind of like, it's a Seeker repaint. I'm having a hard time focusing. But I mean, he's good. If you like the Starscream, and you like the new mold, you like the more toon aesthetic, I think this guy's great. He looks a lot better in hand than any of the initial pictures did, and I think he looks. And I actually do have the Takara Tomy repaint of the old MP11 mold. And I think this looks substantially better. That one's just going to live in plain mode now. And yeah, took me forever to get this guy, though, because BBTS took their sweet time. I also got him for the much lower price they had. And then, of course, this is probably why he took his time to come, because they had to put him in this U.S. box. And lastly, but not leastly, I also got Pudgy Pig. And I've opened him up. And surprisingly, I was shocked. He actually has a waist joint and an ab crunch. It's very slight.
Nice.
And the mouth opens up, and this is a lot of fun. And it's really funny because Lex was like, what is that? Like when PulseCon rolled around, she was like, what is that pig? And I was like, oh, it's Pudgy Pig from Lightning Collection. She's like, I want that pig. I was like, okay, I'll order you one.
Is that the Hascon one, or is that the?
No, this is just the regular one.
Okay, it's the one I got. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, again, I knew they were doing a regular release. The Hascon one comes with that really cool lunchbox. So,
I will say though, if you look, the detail on that figure is amazing.
It's insane. Yeah, it's insane, and like I said, this is just so much fun. I wish more monsters had features like this. The only issues I have with mine is that he can't hold the fork in his right hand. It's like the knife fits perfectly in the right hand, and the fork fits perfectly in the left hand. So I'm fine with that. I'm not, with my Power Rangers, I'm not that slavish to accuracy, but just something to keep in mind if you get one. But so much fun, and minor assemblies required, because the brush for his helmet, you actually have to pop that in there, and it requires a kind of substantial bit of force. So
you got to give it to Hasbro on those monsters for Power Rangers collection. Like, they go all in on those, and they're molds that they can't reuse unless there's some kind of like tweak of the character. Like, it's not like they can do repaints into other characters, really, that they still spend a crap ton of money, like tooling a whole new figure with unique parts.
Yeah,
and it's really good value too for what they cost.
There really is something to be said about that. And I mean, I think the only option they have is at some later point to do box sets.
Sure. Or maybe like a, like with some kind of, I don't know, like some kind of Power Ranger effect on it or something like.
Well, look at this.
Oh, a celebrity in the house.
Yeah. So, yeah. And I said, do you want one for Christmas? And she goes, no, I'll just take yours.
Lex does not want your Pudgy Pig. She wants her own. She doesn't want yours.
I don't want the world. I want your half.
Well, on that segue, again, for anybody just tuning in, we are doing a figure action shirt giveaway, and unfortunately, Lex, since you live with a host, you're ineligible for this one. So we're actually doing 2 giveaways today for subscribers. Per T-Man 978, he has a Voyager class Bumblebee movie Starscream to give away. So we'll be doing a drawing for that, and I'm giving away a figure action T-shirt of your choice. And these are, again, only for continental U.S. viewers. So all you have to do to play tonight is just drop a comment in the live chat. We'll be doing 2 wheel decides towards the end of the show. I've been taking down everybody who is participating, and
we're watching you. We're watching you. That's you.
Sportimus here. 2 giveaways. Wow. I already have all the merch purchased for myself except the Dave gear. Sorry, Dave.
I mean, that's limited edition anyway. That's
is. There was only one made. I think Joe removed it. He was like, he made it. I bought it. He called my bluff, and he's like, I don't know what happened to it. Yeah. So, Inutabi needs a shirt. Inutabi, you got to get on the show, my friend. We gotta make that happen.
I still need to get onto the account because I have 2. I did make a template for a shirt for 1 to Dave scale shirt. I did make that one, and then I'm working on a very cool collection positivity shirt, saying my collection is trash, saying transforming robots and superheroes.
Drexy, Nebraska does count.
Are you sure? It's like
I'm
the middle of nowhere, and it's like 3 feet to the left.
Tim Review says waiting for a Target exclusive. We got a Target exclusive shirt. That'd be something. All right, you guys want to talk some news? We got some stuff to talk about, some things to talk about. Rick, is that still a thing?
Nah.
You
Nah.
son of a bitch, I'm in.
Yeah, it's funny. A friend of mine was like, "Is that show still on?" I was like, "Yes, they renewed it for like multiple seasons." All right, Dave. I think this is your favorite segment here.
Is it?
It is.
What part of this week are we talking about?
Oh well, we are talking about
This week in repaints.
All right. So first up, we knew this was going to happen, and you gotta love, like when these figures leak, and this just looks
They
like
step on it first.
That doesn't look like that leaked out of something. That looked like it came out another way.
The only problem with this picture that doesn't match the rest is it's not on some dingy old bedspread.
Right. It's not on someone's twin bed,
Yeah.
but yeah. So this is a. And I like how they're like it's a possible. Now this looks pretty definite with that head sculpt because that is the toy style head sculpt for the well, I mean everybody forgets about the mutant head gimmick. But yeah, this is Buzzsaw from the original Beast Wars. Guessing this is going to be Generation Select. I'm not sure whether it's going to be a 2-pack or when I should say oh, there we go. The Dave mask, gator, sticker, and cup. You can still get oh, okay. Dave, you can come with us on vacation.
Not touching that one. I'm not touching that one. Not touching that one.
All right. Well, yeah, so I'm fairly certain this is a real deal. I'm gonna guess it's probably gonna be part of a I'm guessing it's probably going to be part of a box set. What do you guys think?
Probably.
It could go either way because they did. You think Shadow Panther would have been on the box set?
That's very true. This could be a regular release.
I don't think the box sets did as well as they wanted them to.
Yeah.
Because I don't see myself spending $80 just to get that one figure.
Yeah. I think
that's how they go back and sell less desirable molds. Like if they want to get more out of that track mold, they'll redo something else and stick it in with it.
But
yeah, they could do
Road Rage as is, and that's what
they could do Loud Pedal.
That's a good question. Has anybody seen Road Rage in stores?
No,
I've seen it outside the stores, but that's because Christmas shopping's a bitch.
Right.
Yeah, I had T order Road Rage for me, and that was the only time I've seen it. I'm curious whether they like looked at what happened with T-Rex and they're like abort. Sportimus says figure action missed an opportunity for a Dave head ornament or a tree top. Actually, we should do next year figure action. I mean, it wouldn't be that hard.
Update the face though.
Yes, we can.
I don't know. Can you? Can you update your face, Dave? Please. Good night.
Yeah, comments are saying nobody's seen. Well, no, wait. Inutabi says that Road Rage showed up as available in Raleigh.
But it's just a rumor. It's just a myth at this point.
Yeah, it could also be. So Target has really insane street dates sometimes. Like, I've tried to buy Marvel Legends, and they've told me, we can't sell this till January 1st. So I'm wondering if Road Rage has some arbitrary street date, even though they sold it as a red card exclusive, where they just have a ton of them sitting in the back and they'll come out and they'll be instantly clearanced.
I would pick one up at clearance, but I've heard the problems with Road Rage. The problems with tracks is worse on Road Rage.
Yes, they are.
Okay.
Yeah, they definitely are.
Boy, you're selling me on that figure.
But as far as this is a bug that has been squished and is just a rumor, apparently. But what else we got?
All right. Well, we've got more repaints, and this one I don't want to spend too much time on it, but we know that Takara is doing these premium finish figures. We get an in-hand look at the Megatron. I pulled this up just because I want to say the Netflix one looks way better.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
This looks like someone's amateur attempt, or someone taking that original Siege Megatron and putting some repro labels on. No offense to repro labels, but this just does not look like an official product.
It looks like someone took a sponge to it.
Yeah. Yeah, it does look like
It looks like it was used. I'm following a tutorial on distressing a figure.
You know what it really looks like? Did you ever use the spray paint function in the original Microsoft Paint?
Yep.
That's what it looks like.
Yep. Just little dots. Just little dots.
Fuck them all.
And next up, since we were off, this guy dropped last week. This is Masterpiece Cliffjumper. This is probably the best look we've gotten him. There is a video showing this figure off. I still think the Fans Toys one looks significantly better, but
hell, I think the MMC one looks better.
I don't think proportionally, I don't think the MMC one looks better, although he doesn't look like he's about to go for a swim.
No, this guy, I'm kind of in the boat where if they hadn't announced the Fan Toys version, I would probably get this guy if he was at a decent price. If he's Skid's price and not Bumblebee price, yes. But I'm not. This is not a $220. This is not a $220 figure.
He looks like he's got a food tray. But he's got a food tray right here.
I mean, that's convenient. When you have your Energon goodies
over here, and he's putting his juice box right there.
I mean, I think the chest is G1 accurate.
I like it. I just don't like it more than the Fans Toys. But can you get a hold of the Fans Toys? That'll be the question.
Yeah. So here we'll pull up just for reference. Like there's G1 Cliffjumper. Like he had that. Like definitely had that big thing coming off the front of his chest.
Does this come with Casey Kasem?
If it came with Casey Kasem, I mean, I would be a little worried.
Yeah,
because he's dead.
I mean, Casey Kasem's been dead for a while.
No, I know. That's why they'd be easy to distribute part of him with everybody. Because that would just be weird if he was still alive.
This is why we worry about your.
Well, I do the show from my basement. Nothing strange happens in my basement. It is a perfectly normal basement where nothing untoward happens.
You can't even say that with a straight face.
Yeah, he has a sign on his basement.
My face is not straight. It's never been.
The sign on his basement door says you can't spell basement without semen.
I'm just going to take a
drink. I will get this one. I collect all official Masterpiece. I mean, I'm not surprising anybody on that. I'm not going to lie and say I'm not going to get it. I think this looks good. I'm hoping that Skids is a sign of things to come, where they are kind of taking the hint that people don't necessarily need all of the accessories.
Yes, I hope Skids and Reboost sell really well to send a message.
Yeah, like again, Cliffjumper, he can come with the bazooka. He can come with the the skis for the thing that he did in the one episode. But he doesn't need like a lab coat. He doesn't need
right.
Yeah.
Oh God, the lab coat.
Tim Reviews, come on, man.
Now, I think now I don't own the version 2 Bumblebee. I think from my layman's perspective that this looks better than that one. Do we agree, or do we think he looks too similar?
I think this looks way better than that one. And
I think this looks like they took another crack at retooling it, and they cleaned it up some.
Yeah, I think this looks better than that Bumblebee, and I think this looks way better than the X-Transbots one. Like as I replaced a lot of my season 1 characters, that X-Transbots Cliffjumper ended up being a sore spot on my collection. Like he just did not fit in at all.
He's still one of my favorite MPs. I just like him. I don't pretend that I don't pretend he doesn't have problems and a huge backpack, but for the way he goes from his alt mode from his realistic car alt mode to his penny racer robot mode.
He's
I love
a good
that.
toy.
Yeah, he is. You're right. He doesn't match aesthetically.
Yeah.
No,
and
I agree.
That's what I'm getting at. Is that
I agree.
when I say he's a sore spot, I'm talking about the aesthetics.
Right. Nope, I agree. I'm not. I don't have to defend him. I like what I like.
But I do think the Fans Toys one will probably be the one to beat. But I do collect official MPs, so that's my stance on it. Dave, I'm assuming you're out on this one.
Phew, yeah.
Dave, did you order skids?
No, I did not.
Yeah.
I've been holding, as weird as it is, a lot of my the MP stuff I've been hesitant on the last couple of years. Though
I
seeing
think
what you
you'd
guys
like
say about
Skids.
Skids, I might still get him now. So
Yeah. I think
Skids
you'd
is
like
safe. He's a good material. He's built way better than oh my god. I'm still so upset about Hound.
and that's the thing. I mean, the last MP I bought, the last Hasbro MP I bought was Sideswipe. Not Sideswipe. Yeah, no, Sunspeaker. Because or Megatron, because then they started taking the price and driving it up, and then it's like, it's a give and take scenario.
I hope Skids is a sign of things to come.
Hasbro and I just need to. I mean, Takar and I need to come to an understanding. Maybe a couple trade-offs here and there. We'll see what we can.
Yeah. So we got Larson Blair in here. Larson,
I know he doesn't mind lending things out from time to time.
Thanks for joining us. I watched his review earlier. I got really excited from I also watched Deluxe's review, and when I saw how uncomplicated Skids was, I got really excited. Then when I got him in hand, I didn't even need any instructions.
Right, me neither. The only thing that sort of bugs me about Skids is he has got a perfect spot to build in an ab crunch, and they didn't do it.
I think the thought of it is that the hips kind of fake it, but I agree with you.
Yeah, he's got the collapse. He doesn't have
so you're saying those hips do lie?
They do lie.
The hips do lie, and then his head can come up, so you can 100% fake the ab crunch on him.
Right.
But I love that they that ratchet in the hips like that. When I got that was very unexpected.
If you have the old Hatsui, is his name Hatsui Datsuns?
Yeah,
if you have the old brother, if you have those Datsuns, you know what you're getting with this guy. Now he doesn't have any die cast in him that I can
They didn't
detect.
have die cast either.
Right. So the paint job and the articulation is almost exactly the same. So if you like those and the complicated transformation there, Skids is right out of that playbook.
Yeah, I just
which I like. I'm down.
I hope we get a return to form for figures that are not over-engineered, useless stuff, back to basics, affordable. Because that's the thing. I hope the car is having this revelation that they cannot price themselves out of the market.
Well, and that might be one of the thoughts too, is that the price of goods is going to skyrocket next year, as Dave and everybody's been talking about. So they cannot sell a base price $150 car bot and then have the price jack up on top of that. They could try all day long, but they're not going to move it.
And they also don't need to over-engineer.
Right.
I think at the end of the day, I'm happier with this product than I am with any of the other masterpieces they've released in recent memory. And that's I'm not saying this is figure of the year.
No, he's
really
just solid.
Good.
Yeah, he's solid all around.
This made me like, this is the first car masterpiece that I'm like, wow, I can see myself flipping this guy back and forth.
Yep, and you can actually have as a desk bot that will survive many transformations.
Dare 2727. I like this better than the X-Trans bots by a mile, and I have their crosscut as well. But
they are going for two different things.
Yeah, they're going for two different things, and I think this one also is. This brings back the fun factor. The X-Transbots one it's a little finicky. It's got good materials, but it's not fun to transform, and especially those shoulders. Like the way they did the shoulders, it's cool engineering, but it's not fun to flip back and forth. So my X-Transbot one is going to permanently stay in van mode with my doubles. So. All right, let's re-rail. We're going to get out of repaints, and we're going to talk about some exciting news. And for anybody in the DMV area, start checking your Walmarts. A TFW user found Blaster and Eject, the Kingdom Blaster and Eject, at a Virginia Walmart today. So if I go over to the Game Shock Twitter, he actually also has another picture there, and this is Blaster compared to Soundwave, and I almost tossed this in this week in repaints. But for anybody wondering whether or not Blaster and Soundwave are going to be direct retools, it looks like Blaster's actually a bit bigger here.
He got some girth going on there.
So was Tigertron though, right? I mean, that's how that worked.
Oh yeah.
With him, so
Tigertron's a new mold.
Yeah, Tigertron's, he uses the same engineering as Cheetor,
right?
But yeah, he is.
Which is what I think is going on here.
Yeah, he probably transforms kind of similarly, but of course, he's got the handle and everything. Friend of the show, Lance, he was telling us that this guy's going to be reused in Legacy. So if you don't find him, don't fret. The best evidence of him being a Legacy figure is the fact that Eject uses so much clear. I think this is the first shot we've received of Eject compared to, I'm going to say it since T's not here, Frenzy.
That is Frenzy.
T would argue it.
T's wrong.
T is
wrong. That looks like Ravage.
And then there is Ravage, but here's Frenzy.
That does, I disagree, Dave. That does not look like Ravage.
No, that
it's Ravage. Like it's Ravage-esque, but that is not that is Thunder Thigh's Ravage.
Hey, thick dive saves lives.
Not this time.
And we'll also pull up the comparison of Soundwave and Blaster here. And Blaster's actually a bit taller. And there he is with Prime. I think that's a really good size right there. You can toss in the "that's what she said" joke.
Larkin, don't let TM reviews influence your purchasing like that. Don't give him that much power. He said he watched the Giga Power Grimlock and then bought one. That's too much power, man. Don't let that go to his head. I agree with TM though. Those old tapes, man. The mainline tapes are just awful.
Horrible.
Laserbeak is the only one that's any good to me.
I don't know. I think they're all right. You're talking about the Siege tapes?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think they're all right.
I would rather have that. I would rather have that Psyduck.
I think that I think the Titans Return tapes were really underrated, even though they weren't really tapes. They were like data discs, but yeah, I think like what you got out of them was pretty cool, even though they had crappy decals on them
and crappy plastic and
yeah, that waxy plastic. All right. Next up, we got a brand new figure, and I was kind of worried that these might not have been continuing, but we get a look at a Kingdom core class, and I'm not really sure if this is Hot Rod or Rodimus, since they're really pushing that sword for Rodimus.
But the car mode looks Hot Rod.
Yeah, the car mode's Hot Rod. Still really cool. I wish he had a blaster instead, though. It is what it is.
Transformers are not allowed to be shown with blasters anymore.
Core class. By any chance, did you buy that the Hasbro Select Star Convoy?
I did not, but you know what? I have the MMC one, and this would probably go great with that.
Exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir.
Because for those of you who don't know, the original Star Convoy came out with a MicroMaster version of Hot Rod.
Yeah, to be honest, now that you mention that, I won't be shocked if we get a HasLab Star Convoy, like a proper one.
No, I don't think so. I think with the Select, they're fine. They scratched the itch.
Maybe. I don't know. I think this looks neat. Again, this is super pixelated. Prime versus Prime will probably have this next week, so check out his channel if you want a high definition look at that. If T were here, he'd be like, "This is the best toy. This is simply the best core class figure to be really." Yeah.
Now wait, that sounds more Donald Trump. It sounds a little bit more Donald Trump.
It's great. It's magnificent. It's the best core class figure I've ever had. I mean, people tell me all the time this core class figure, they're cheap, but I think they're fun. I put them in my pocket, play with them in meetings.
That joke ran its course. What's
It
next?
did. All right. Next up, we have some news about the Jurassic Park crossover set. Now, say what you will about this set. I still have an open mind after watching several reviews. But if you're looking to get your hands on it, you can actually, instead of just Amazon, it's now opened up to TF Source, Entertainment Earth, BBTS, Robot Kingdom, Chosen Prime, Toy Jojo, ages 3 and up, Dorkside Toys are all now carrying this. I think this is a really cool set. I think if you have somebody in your life who is a Jurassic Park fan or a Transformers fan, it's a cool gift set to give to people. I've had a buddy of mine who does not collect Transformers at all express interest in that. He's like, "Hey, this looks so cool in the box." And I guess that's the thing, is it looks cool in the box. But
let's spend $80 for and leave it in the box.
yeah, that's a toughie, right? Because it's
well, and it's the Rex is good, right? We all know the Rex is good. It's
I love the Grimlock head on it. And in fact,
yeah, it's the
in
lack
fact,
of
if that was
effort on
white, if that was like a pale gray white, that would be a perfect IDW Grimlock.
Yeah,
but it's the lack of effort on the Explorer that I think has really got everybody's panties in a bunch, which I agree with.
Oh, got some criticism on T's favorite reviewer there. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll open mine up. I probably should open mine up just to make sure I don't have any QC issues, to be honest. Like anything worth returning it over.
But again, these two look great together. They just, I just personally wasn't. I canceled mine because I wasn't impressed with the car.
Yeah.
And it wasn't enough. If I didn't already have the T-Rex in a version, then yes, I probably would have gotten it. But I'm frugal, so.
I actually would have bought, by the way, with that head on there, I would have bought, if this was a standalone, I still would have left T-Rex on the shelf and I would have bought that.
TM Reviews is right.
No, normally I would agree with him, except when you have ones that are displayed a certain kind of way in the box like that, like the Pit of Judgment, when they look good like that, and you have access to the toys in different versions, I
opened the Pit of Judgment though, just because I had to have that. I kept the cardboard insert, but I had to have Hot Rod and Cup in front of it.
Right.
That reminds me of the one about the that nun who died. Apparently, she spent her entire life in a convent, and she went to the convent at age 16 and lived her entire life there. Died at age 96, and she put in her last will and testament that she wanted on her tombstone to say, "Born a virgin, lived a virgin, died a virgin." Unfortunately, just due to because church the parish only didn't have much of a budget, so her tombstone just said MISB.
Those were words in a sentence. Thank you, Dave.
You know what this calls for?
Boo this man!
It's been a while.
It has been a minute. I got to make some more of these. Next up,
you bring the responses. I'll bring the jokes.
It's called symbiosis.
Exactly. Next up, Nendoroid, G1 Optimus Prime Megatron. It's funny. Lex actually found these, and she was like, "Oh, that's a cute Optimus Prime." And I was like, "Yeah, I kind of, as an Optimus Prime collector, I kind of want him."
He's part of the problem, folks.
I am part of the problem. This is just your standard chibi Optimus and Megatron. I just really like how expressive these are. And yeah, I get it. I am part of the problem. But if you've ever seen my Optimus Prime collection, I have a lot of them. See, she likes him. And he also looks like he's far more articulated than your standard Nendoroid. Like he actually looks like he has proper joints. He's got proper elbows. It looks like he's got universal shoulders. I can't really speak for what kind of legs he has. It doesn't look like the legs really do much anything. But I mean, it's standard fare for Nendoroid. Megatron looks neat. You don't really get a good look at him like you do with Prime. I'm guessing they're just kind of doing a tease.
But
Of
slight revision to what Dave said. It's Lex is the problem. She's just egging him on. That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
She's an enabler.
She's an enabler.
To be honest, well, I mean, this is probably gonna be an Optimus Prime that might get stolen. So, I also really like the fact that they did his Energon axe in this metallic orange. I think that looks really cool, and I wish that more people would do it in metallic orange versus the transparent orange that they've been doing for years. But enough about them. Let's talk about Super 7 before we get into third-party news. We've been covering the Super 7 Ultimates for a good minute here, and we've kind of had some mixed reactions on them. They did their Wave 3 announcement the other day, and I was actually surprised.
Boy, did they pick some randos here.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing some deep cuts here. I mean, Wreckgar is probably the most conventional of the four that we're getting in Wave 3. There's our group shot here. First and foremost, we get Alligator Optimus Prime.
Why?
I actually want this one. Again, going back to I collect Optimus Primes. This is probably your best shot at getting a Alligator Prime that is not a Skull Cruncher or Crusher or Smasher repaint.
Right. That's what I was going to say. Was the last time I remember seeing him was Fans Project doing their repaint.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is he never transformed in that form.
I like the tower.
Yeah, and it had some cool callbacks here. Of the ones here, I definitely would want this guy. He's 11 inches long. He's pretty decent size here. Of course, you get rendered packaging. Up next is Wreckgar, and he's basically what you'd expect. I think it's interesting you get a toy head for him. Did anybody?
I like that.
Yeah.
That's...
Yeah.
I think some steam may have been lost for this because of the recent release. But
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, because that Studio Series 1 is really, really good. But again, here, Super 7, going back to what we said about Masterpiece and getting too much on the accessories, Super 7 is a company where you will want the accessories. So there's something to be said there. Packaging, I love this motif of Wreckgar and just all orange over the black red. That looks awesome.
How cold of a planet Junkion is.
Yeah. Honestly, if they did that as a print, I would buy that. I think that's really cool. This one I love to death. I won't get this one.
Amazing.
But yeah, this I love the variety of heads you're getting here. You get, and not to mention weapons and accessories here. You're getting 3 different heads for them. You're getting the blue head. You're getting I guess this could be considered to be like a G1. I mean, I know he's G2, but your more G1 style head that they did for the Kingdom Generation Selects, or whatever you want to call it. And then you get your toy head here. I don't know which one I like better, the toy head or the blue face, but I love that you get the.
I'm never gonna gripe about getting any head.
This is also something I'd want as a print right here. Lastly, we have Tarn, and I think this is the first of. Well, actually, no, it's not, because Flames Toys is officially licensed.
Wasn't there a Cyberverse Tarn too?
I don't know that it's been released.
Okay.
But you get Tarn. Interestingly enough, you get Nickel with this set.
Sure, they probably struggled to come up with extra accessories that are Tarn specific.
Yeah.
So they just decided to throw in a little member of the crew.
Yeah. I'd be interested to see if they go ahead and do the whole DJD for Ultimates. I think that's the thing, is they're trying to figure out what's popular. I personally think Action Masters would be the way to go, But you know what? Again, really, what do I know when it comes to this? I think it's cool that you're getting the unmasked face here. This all looks very rendered. I mean, this is an actual prototype for that. Maybe it's a render, but
As weird as it is, the only thing that's making me not be like throw money at the screen is the fact that he and G2 Megs look so cartoony. I mean, I know they're supposed to be, but it's like I kind of want a little more style, a little more grounded stylization. Those schematic prints look great.
yeah, I love these.
That of the four, that G2 Megs is probably the most tempting of them all.
Yeah, I mean, for me, like I will probably get Alligator Optimus, but I do like the G2 Megatron, but I've got the Generation Selects one, so I'm good there. Though I wish he had the proper weapons. But
It's funny, in the listing for Tarn, they have on the write-up the product description that says based on the classic Transformers animated series. You sure about that? You sure? You sure?
Once again, total tangent. What always bugged me most about Tarn in the IDW comics is when he was first introduced, he was supposed to have been addicted to transforming.
Yeah, they dropped that shit hard.
And I thought that was such a cool concept, and then just nope.
Do you have any IDW news on the docket?
Well, I was going to save that one for the end. We can
Okay.
talk about that now. We can segue into that. There's an ongoing rumor right now that Hasbro and IDW are going to part ways.
Persistent rumor too, from what I'm
yeah,
seeing.
Meaning G.I. Joe and Transformers are no longer going to be attached to IDW. Where they'd go, maybe Marvel. I know Hasbro and Disney have some significant ties, so it would make sense for them to redo the Marvel comics, and would also give them the opportunity to springboard off where Marvel Comics left off years ago, since that seems to be a popular thing that they're doing with properties.
So I have a question then, real quick, for the 30 plus people in the chat, whoever wants to chime in. I was really big into the Lost Light, More Than Meets the Eye, Autocracy, and there was a lot of good IDW Transformers. Since the reboot, I have not cared not one single bit about the Transformers comics, and that's my personal opinion. And I'm curious what you guys think. So chime in.
I know I tried reading them.
If you have cared about the IDW Transformers comics at all since the reboot, tell us what's good.
Yeah, I thought they were really boring. I read like the first 5 issues, and I just was like, eh. The art's great. I've heard the Beast. I haven't checked out the Beast Wars run.
I can say I tried reading it, and I was like, it bored me to death. I mean, they did some interesting concepts with Spark. A robot gets forged and then gets like a buddy system, but I think the only good thing I liked was Cyclonus in that thing.
So Winston's still a fan. That's good. Just curious.
Well,
like I said,
maybe the subtle story just goes over my head. But since Winston's 6'8", it hits it. He gets it right perfect.
He gets all of it right. But yeah, More Than Meets the Eye and Last Stand of the Wreckers, Sins of the Wreckers. Like, they have some series and storylines that are going to be classic forever.
Yeah, they introduced concepts.
Yeah, and they took characters in a direction that they never thought about before. They made people care about. I mean, shit. They made people care about. It actually loses its luster when I can't think of the dude's name. Swerve. They actually made people care about Swerve, and I don't know. I really appreciated their storylines, but yeah, since the reboot, nope.
What was the process called where basically they would strip Transformers of their humanity, where they would take away, well, not humanity, but it was like a running thing in the IDW line where you would lose your hands and your face.
Oh god, because that's what happened to Shockwave, and that's what happened to Whirl.
Yeah, and I thought that was like such a cool concept to be, and like I over on Patriot Prime's channel, he has like, what's your favorite Transformers series, and I was talking Beast Wars. Here we go.
Imperta.
Yeah, Imperta. I mean, like Beast Wars introduced the concept of the spark, CR chambers, protoforms, stuff that's still used in new
Canon,
fiction.
yep.
And so, I just think that is what's lacking from, and that was like the other thing that was lacking from the Netflix stuff, is just it didn't have any concepts. It didn't have any anything interesting in the story. So I don't know. I think like it's hard to say like what happened with IDW when they did the reboot. I haven't checked out any of the G.I. Joe stuff, to be honest. If they part ways, it's just going to be interesting to see who they go with. Is Hasbro going to do an in-house thing? Probably not. I legitimately think they would probably go back to Marvel.
And you want to see some character like Tarn has definitely been inducted into the mainstream. Yeah. I'm hoping like Rung had a toy come out, but I'm hoping he shows up mainstream. And they have a bunch of good characters that they just need to hold on to, like Bulkhead. I know he was before that, but still, these new characters that people can, latch on to.
Knockout.
Yeah. Definitely the other take on Breakdown.
Like the whole Rung thing was one of my favorite things from the series. Having a transformer that transforms into something no one can figure out. Like how cool of a concept is that?
Yeah.
That like it's funny because everybody transforms into something and they immediately know how to use it and what to do. I can drive, I can fly, and Rung's like, the fuck what do I do? I just lay here. I love that. I love that part. It's good stuff, man. I was sad when they rebooted.
It was all good things. All good things.
But at least they will always exist.
They got to tell the story they wanted to tell.
And occasionally Hasbro like stuck their big fat finger into the pot and made them tell stories to relate to the toys, but they did a good job of getting back on track, huh?
Combiner Wars.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway.
All right. Well, to get back into our toy discussion, DNA Design is doing an upgrade kit for the Kingdom Galvatron. You get his toy gun, you get some leg extenders, you get a blast effects piece, and this one I think is the most interesting. You get you get the Matrix, a real chain for the Matrix, which I'm not sure is 100% necessary, but you also get the ability to swap faces, and you get opening and closing hands. I think the faces here, that's the biggest upgrade. You get a filler piece too for the screw hole if you don't have a fixed one. If you don't want to spend the money, Larkin, who's in the chat, he actually sells those filler pieces over on his Etsy shop. But I think the leg extensions look pretty good here, to be honest.
I think this is a great kit for the people that want a great kit.
I honestly will probably get this for the leg extensions, for the hands. I like the stock face on him.
His proportions are definitely better on the right side. Definitely better.
That effects piece is pretty cool, though. I wish it was like a purpley blue.
Right.
I mean, I'll stick with the Jetfire bluish.
Yeah, I mean it does work with the toy gun here.
I think it works better with the gun than it does.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Get some killing Starscream action. Yeah. Not to be outdone, Shockwaves Lab they're not doing one for Galvatron, but they're doing one for Mainframe, who was part of the Autobot arc. There's some filler pieces here, and a weapon for him. I don't think this is going to be the most expensive set, but you get 2 leg fillers, 2 arm fillers, and a gun for him. I mean, this is one where it's like, hey, depending on the price. I think it's interesting too. They show like, hey, if you don't want mainframe to have it, if you're gonna display him as like Teletron, yeah, give it to Ratchet. Why not? It's a thing you can do. I think it looks pretty good. If it's on the cheaper side, I'll probably pick that one up. Next up, we'll get into one that I think might, and I hate when I preface stuff like, I think you guys might be excited about this one, but I know you guys are articulation junkies. I was hoping that T would be around for this one because this looks really unique and interesting. Now, I say looks unique and interesting because, like, look, we've gotten our fair share of movie masterpiece Bumblebee Optimus Primes already. Here they're showing off, yes, this transforms. They're showing off, yes, this is Bumblebee movie Optimus Prime, and he looks pretty good. But then they show off the skeleton. Let's jump over. I think this is maybe a first for a third-party company to show that, like, hey, this thing has its own unique, highly articulated skeleton
that it's built around.
Yes,
as opposed to just being parts slapped together,
being hinges and such.
Yes.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'd be curious to see how well, how complicated the transformation is, and you would hope with that skeleton that it should be solid, should be articulated, and shouldn't be like flimsy. Hopefully, that's toleranced well. But I wonder, the transformation though has me wondering. Like, I mean, prime transformations do not have to be that complicated.
100%.
But that's a clean alt mode, and that's a clean robot mode. So
right,
yeah.
And this is going to be one to keep an eye on because, it's. And originally I was going to put it in the news docket, but then I looking at it, like the fact that it's built around this skeleton, as you were saying,
noteworthy,
very noteworthy. So this is definitely one to keep an eye on. Magnificent Mecha Bumblebee Optimus Prime. No real information on price or.
I might be. This is just me guessing. We're sure it transforms, right? That's not just like an extra alt mode Optimus that comes with it.
It actually says here that it comes with, it's a fully articulated featuring die-cast skeleton, rubber tires, weathering finish, LED eyes, magnetic parts, not specified, display base. As you can see from the images, robot mode looks. It doesn't specifically say that it transforms, but there are lines here where you can see that it has to, unless it's like completely parts forming. So
that could be.
Maybe that's the thing. It doesn't transform proper, but it's got magnetic parts and it's a kind of fake it situation, which honestly,
it's not a bad thing.
Right. Would it be that hateful if you have a figure that's essentially a Partsformer, but it's just magnetic things sliding around?
Yeah, if you don't like that, you have literally a dozen other options.
Right.
So.
And I do enjoy the fact it gets the smokestacks right, where in robot mode they're bent, but in truck mode they are completely upright. So
I wonder if this has separate parts that you swap onto the like it's not just the it's a whole different set of panels that you connect.
Yeah.
I don't see how that's. I'll tell you, I don't see how that transformation is possible given that skeleton. So I'm gonna call bullshit and wait and see. There's more to it than this. There's not just simply transform it. If there is, man, I will be. I'm not gonna buy it, but I will be impressed. I will be.
You know how much is it gonna be?
No idea what the price is gonna be, but I mean, this is definitely one to keep an eye on. Like with Matt, it's like I wouldn't call bullshit on it, but I remember when Unique Toys first started doing movie figures, I was like, "There's no way that transforms."
Right.
There's no way. And not only did it transform, it was an enjoyable transformation that wasn't over-engineered. And
he basically turned inside out, didn't he?
Yeah. And now Unique Toys is kind of like this. Why I wouldn't say it's a household name, but they're well known amongst third-party collectors that for movie figures, they're like the best in the business. Like Perukill, when we first saw that years ago, we're like, there's no way that lockdown actually transforms into that Lamborghini. And God damn it, it does. And it's not hard. So hard to say. Gonna be interested. I want to keep an eye on this one. And I hope that this one is like the prime to get, like the Bumblebee movie prime to get. Since the official one with cat ears is another one I wish T was here for. And I guess, Dave, Matt, what's one thing that Keith from X-Transbots, Alien Attack, and KFC fame, what's the one thing you wouldn't expect him to make?
Something solid?
Specifically.
Dildos.
I mean, in the realm of Transformers.
Transforming dildos.
You walked into that one.
I did walk into that one. Dave, I'll give you the last guess.
GoBots.
We're going to talk about deathbeds, because he is making a GoBot. He's making that Psykill. Yeah, so Keith is making Optimus Prime's deathbed. This is a thing.
It transforms. That's a kick in the nuts.
It transforms. If you want your Optimus Prime to be in, well, maybe it's not his deathbed per se, because there was that one episode where, his windows got shattered and they had to repair him.
Divide and Conquer, my favorite episode.
I would trust Larkin more with this than
I would too. I mean, I feel like if he made it, it would be around $40 to $50. I don't know what Keith is going to charge for this. Hey, it's panel lined. The pieces open up. I just feel inevitably we're going to get a gray MP44 repaint that actually comes with this instead of a trailer.
Would anybody be that? This is. I'm not going to derail us at all in this.
Not at all.
Sentence. Would anybody want a masterpiece scale Optimus Prime from Dark Awakening?
Yes,
I would. I would buy that.
Yeah.
At least the head.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
The arm coming off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's someone should anybody, Magic Square, Transform Element, somebody retool their shit and just put that out, man. Come on. Well, they don't have to transform.
They had the Amazon one, the Earthrise,
the gray one.
Yeah. And he actually has the battle damage sculpted on.
Yeah.
So I was like,
but
man,
it doesn't have that. God, that was the traumatic,
that creepy. Yeah.
God, that was just.
Yes, that was the episode I couldn't watch as a kid.
Yeah, the trauma episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I definitely would get that. I hope Hasbro, in the popularity of zombies, like maybe they do that for Legacy, like they do like some Transformers zombies. Because, I mean, they did the Rusticons, of all things. So, I mean, they did Terracon Cliff Jumper. Where's my zombie Optimus? And especially if they did like a Generation Selects around Halloween, that would sell like gangbusters. Because they did their Draculus, but they totally missed the boat on getting that out around Halloween to the masses. We're not all cool like Deluxe, were we?
Nope.
We get them on Halloween. So let's get into some non-Transformer stuff. Before we get into what the show's tonight's show's title is about. Let's talk about one thing Hasbro's doing. They filed a new patent, and this one's a little interesting because it seems like they're yet again changing their products, or at least the packaging for their products. I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but they are patenting tamper-proof packaging. Hard to say what it is, but as they're going towards this, cardboard-only packaging, not really sure what to make of this. I wish they would just use corn oil in lieu of plastic for the packaging. That's just me. But Not a big fan of this cardboard packaging that they're doing for figures with open boxes where anybody can put their hands on it. Especially, we live in a world now with like germs running rampant and people worried about that. I don't think that's the best look. I think, hey, if you use corn oil, transparent corn oil, hey, you can use that in place of a plastic window. You don't even need much, just a little square, so you can look and actually see that the figure you're buying is in the box.
The way I see it is this: that means I have zero qualms keeping anything MISB.
I'm cool with that too. Like, I don't necessarily need non-collector items MISB, but at the same token, I want to know that the figure that I'm buying at a brick and mortar store is actually in that box, and there's nothing missing, and it's not easy for someone to like pop something out of it.
When I see it, I mean, like I said, like my Fortnite figures are fine.
Yeah, well, the Fortnite figures they have like the little plastic window.
Yeah, just a little peek.
And I'm fine with that. Like, you see it's in there. Rolling Rage, I don't know that we necessarily do. Do you guys want to talk about the Rancor at all?
I'm not getting it.
Maybe briefly. I mean, the price is ridiculous, so we knew that. But go ahead.
Let's just head over to Pulse real quick, because I do want to talk about this, because the Rancor and Matt, I think you're probably more versed on this one since you're more.
I've been
of a Star
following
Wars.
it.
Yeah. So the Rancor, I think, is the very first HasLab to actually actively lose backers.
Yep.
Wow. And this was like one of the most anticipated ones too.
So
yeah,
the price is overdone in my opinion, but there's people that are willing to overlook that with the Sentinel. Like, higher price things don't scare people off, right? That's not a thing. The problem was, for anybody that doesn't know, was not the Rancor itself, but the goals.
Yes.
Go down to the stretch goals real quick, if you would, please. And the stretch goals for the Rancor pissed people off to no end, because here they are. So you get, and is that in the order that they go?
Yeah, so
okay.
11,000 for the Gamorrean Guard.
So Gamorrean Guard,
you
which
should
is
get two of them.
The Gamorrean Guard, which has already been released very recently, for that matter.
Yep.
You get a diorama set of bones. Salacious Crumb. Now, Salacious Crumb, that would be cool, except he was just literally released in a Disney pack,
Right.
a Disney Parks 4-pack. So he is also available otherwise. And then the Luke Skywalker is a slight retool of a Luke we've already got that we are going to get later down the line. It has been confirmed that Luke will be available to the masses in either vintage or another wave of Black Series. I don't know. Either way, like, what the fuck, guys? Like, this is ridiculous. These add-ons are not.
I mean, that was like I mean, people felt like that slightly with the Silver Surfer with Galactus, but at least he came with the stand.
Right. There's no incentive here for these extra add-on bits. Like Jordan said, this actively lost backers. I watched it for about a week, and it hovered right around 4,700 backers, and it fluctuated.
And it's sad too, because they actually are doing things with this that they should have done with the Sentinel. Like, he's got ratcheted joints.
Right.
I hoped this would succeed, and I won't be shocked if retailers come in at the 11th hour and save the day. But I doubt that they're going to get. I think they're going to get the bare minimum of backers. So
this is a project that I think someone on, I think it was one of the one of the Instagram Star Wars news accounts, I can't remember which, said that they believe this project is too big to fail. This is one of Hasbro's signature projects. And that if at the bare minimum, they will likely extend the deadline on this until they, like Unicron, they're going to keep bumping it until they get what they need. But the big news that came out over the past few days is that they caved. Hasbro actually caved, and they announced the figure, one of two figures that everybody said should have been included with the Rancor. That would not have normally been. It's a figure that does not make sense to be included in Black Series otherwise without a Rancor, and that's the Rancor Keeper. He has a name, Malachi, something. I don't remember. Something like that. Yeah. So they caved, and they don't even have a render of the figure because they just fucking threw it up the last minute. They have a picture of the actor from Return of the Jedi, and they said, "Good news, everybody! He's going to be included with the base. He's not tier unlocked. He's going to become with it if it reaches its goal." So, again, it was sitting at 4,700. What's the backers now? This was released. That news was released 2 days ago. What's the backing right now?
It should have been Malachi. It should have been freaking what's her name?
Ula. That's what everybody's waiting for.
And the slave Hut Slayer Leia.
Yeah.
They should have done. They don't even need to change the mold of that. Just be like,
no,
look,
I wouldn't even have done. I wouldn't even done the Hut Slayer. I would have probably just done one of maybe not. What's his name? The little insane Muppet. Yeah. But I probably have done just another of the hell. I would have done a drink serving droid. Give me an R2
or R2, with the tray and everything.
Something like that. That I think would have been.
Or they just released a Bib Fortuna. Like, why don't you throw him in here too?
Yeah.
Anyway, right now he's sitting at 5,101 backers. So that is only 300 more than he was sitting on for about a week since this announcement. So people did not forgive and forget and then cluster onto this thing and just jump at it. People are still pissed. So,
and I think rightfully so. I think that, as many have said, this didn't need to be a HasLab. And I mean, honestly, there's a lot of stuff that didn't need to be a HasLab.
Right.
I mean, the Star Saber, and maybe I'm a little hypocritical about this because I'm a backer of it, but that could have just been a Takara Tomy Mall exclusive. That's obviously aimed at the Japanese audience. Why would that need to be a HasLab? I think HasLab legitimately needs to be for things that they could not take to mass retail because it would be a risk. And ultimately at the end of the day, the consumer has to decide. This all seems like stuff.
I mean,
so here's the thing, HasLab currently has 3 active projects going. They have the Sky Striker, which is not a little over halfway funded. They have the Rancor. And they have the Spangler's Proton Pack.
Yeah, and
Spangler's Proton Pack exploded its goal.
Yeah.
And to make matters worse, the Proton Pack is $400, and it does not come with a wand.
Right, but the wand's not a HasLab exclusive.
Right, the wand is sold separately, but this is a perfect example. If you want the wand, you can get the wand. Yeah. But if you want the whole thing, here's your opportunity to get that. This is done correctly. Not to mention that the whole thing looks fucking phenomenal.
The slime doesn't look good though.
But no one gives a shit about that. no one cares about the slime. That Proton Pack looks amazing.
And you know what the best part is though? That is an adult wearing the Proton Pack.
Yes,
as well it should be.
I'm going to say the thing about the Proton Pack that I think makes it successful is that if you and a good friend of mine is a prop collector and he also builds props. My buddy Nick actually builds his own lightsabers from the actual parts that Lucasfilm used to source. He was going on about this Proton Pack because if you were to build or buy he's a member of the RPF. It's about $1,000 to do it. So this makes so much sense because if you want to have an accurate Proton Pack for your Ghostbusters costume, this is a far better option if you want to have something that's accurate. I mean, obviously you can get the Rubies one that's like the hollow piece of plastic.
Right.
Or you can get this. It actually looks like the real deal. It's got lights. It's got sounds. It's got sound options. There's a good reason why this exploded.
And you know what though, the wand that you have to get separately, so that's a thing you have to consider. But the wand itself, which is arguably the most important part of this whole ensemble, is only $130, $125. Right. So again, if you want just the wand, which is I watched a review of the wand. I might get it because it's phenomenal. Like, it does everything. It makes the sound. You have to do the right boot up procedure. It extends, and we all like it when it extends and penetrates. And it has the full gamut and a display stand for $125. So if that's not enough for you, $400, you get a fully functional pack. It's got a built-in nuclear accelerator. You know, it's got everything you want.
And I think the timing of this with Afterlife is right.
Oh no, this is how you did the HasLab, because Afterlife came out. The nostalgia hit hard. Especially with how it ended. All that hit beautifully, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, and by the way, you can get this.
Right.
And you're guaranteed to get it.
Yeah.
And you see, that's how the HasLab should be. Like, I had no problem with I didn't back it just because of how funds were, but I had no problem with Star Saber and Victory Leo being HasLab stuff. Because yes, it could have been. Yes, it could have been. But we're talking about for the North American market here.
Yeah, but I mean, I think everybody that
and the last thing I would wanted to hear though would be like, okay, but they're like a Target exclusive or something like that, and it never shows up on my damn shelf.
Well, not a Target exclusive. I would say if they were a Takara Tomy mall exclusive, people have to find an importer, and I get that, but I think ultimately.
But here's the thing now. You do not have to worry about finding an importer. It is coming to you. You bought it. It's being made for you. Life is good. I got no problem with that. And their goals were, and the reason I like using Star Saber as an example is because of
he was a commander class price too, which I think really helped.
And it was cut and dry.
Yeah.
The Rancor
Titan class price point, but
the Rancor. But people bought that damn Rodimus at Titan price. That Rancor, on the other hand, is not cut and dry, and that's one of the biggest problems with it. Hate to say this, Rancor is going to go away a Cookie Monster.
Yeah, I think Sky Striker is going to fail, definitely. I mean, I don't think that. Like, it's funny, like you can't find a Cobra Trooper at brick and mortar to save your life, but I can go into any Walmart right now and they've got Cobra Troopers and Cobra Infantry from the vintage line on the shelves. I don't think the vintage line has the momentum they want. If this was a classified Sky Striker, granted it would be ridiculously expensive.
Right.
I think people would be going nuts for it.
No,
people would be going nuts for.
Yeah. I think that Sky Striker should be about $100 less, but.
Oh, I agree with you too, because it's going to be mostly like, well, I can't say it's going to be mostly hollow plastic, but I just don't think it's going to have the engineering to warrant the price. I think it's going to be a very basic figure, or not figure, but vehicle. I think ultimately probably a lot of the price is going to go to the shipping of it.
Yeah.
And even you're going to have to pay separate shipping to Hasbro. Like, that's the one thing a lot of people don't understand.
By the way,
yeah, Hasbro Pulse, even for the Pulse Premium members, when you fund a HasLab project, you still have to pay shipping separate from this
and taxes. Yeah,
and taxes. So,
and taxes hit hard on these higher price.
Oh God, yeah.
Yep.
But okay, so what's next?
All right. Well, next up. We've got, and this is where our show's title comes in. Let's go to some more positive news. And G.I. Joe news at that. The classified Alley Viper and Bat, they've gone up for pre-order. The great news is, while there's no Amazon pre-order link yet, there is one linked in his tank. Yeah, it looks like they've sold out on Amazon, so they're now. And I actually have a news article about this too with the scalper bots. Most retailers, so Entertainment Earth, these are still in stock.
Yeah.
You go to
GameStop might still. Like, I was surprised when Amazon sold out of the Kitty Pryde, Age of Apocalypse Kitty Pryde. GameStop still had a bunch of them. So
Dorkside Toys. Let's see.
That's who I ordered
Alley
from.
Viper and Bat. So these are not Cobra Island releases. These are main releases you can get from just about any retailer. They have not sold out on pre-orders yet. You can army build these. This is great news. Of course, Chosen Prime, Toy Source, They're all getting them. This is definitely a case where you're not going to get run over by scalpers. And I'm glad to see it. I'm glad to see that these are going to be hopefully readily available. I'm hoping that these actually come to brick and mortar in good quantity. But yeah, I think a lot of people were very worried that these were going to be figures.
I got 2 and 2 on order right now.
Yeah, I got my pre-orders in. I'm just gonna leave it.
Yep, me too.
You got more than 2, didn't you?
I did get more than 2. I need one. I think I need one more Red Ninja.
I almost made an egregious error here. So I saw the Amazon listing and I said, you know what? $35 plus paying a little bit for shipping. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get that, and the guys will be like, "How did you get that? That's ridiculous." Until I realized that the delivery is November 10th to 14th, and I'm like, "Oh well, that's not far away." And then my brain kicked in. I'm like, "Oh wait, it's December. They're talking about next year."
Yeah.
So back that off. That's before I made a costly mistake. So I am foolish.
So, I mean, if I want, I mean, I'm hoping these will be like, I'll see some in the stores. I would not mind getting a Cobra Island bat just to have that be a squad leader.
It's cool looking too. Like I like the deco on it.
And actually, if I ever find a Cobra Island Viper.
Hopefully, I'll get my G.I. Joe set up by the end of the week. Well, the end of next week before my housewarming party. But
still,
it's going to be very lopsided with the Cobras versus the Joes.
Sure. But this is available. You want them?
Well,
go
hoping
order
that the
them.
Joes are better shots.
Yeah, very true. No, I love the bats. The bats, they've always been such a cool design.
They never did anything, but
they were a cool design. Though when I was a kid, I had that electronic talking bat. If anybody remembers that one.
Was it the Michael Keaton version or was it George Clooney?
It was the Val Kilmer one.
I knew he was going to say it.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we got one. Nightwing provided me this one. Shout out to him. The Flames Toys Furai Model Kit Megazord. This is shown off in prototype form. I think this is a neat sculpt. With the mini pla, I don't really know why you would get this over that other than availability.
Size, the Minpla's much. This is going to be bigger than the Minpla.
I mean, is it going to be that? But I mean, I know how big the Flames Toys display stands are.
Yeah,
I mean, this is a little bit.
Furai's going to be about. It's going to be about that big. It'll be bigger than the Voltron.
True.
But I don't know if this is actually going to transform, though.
No, I doubt with Flames Toys, I doubt they're going to have any transformations.
I don't think they can.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what the finished kit looks like. I just personally, I'm way more excited for what Hasbro is doing with Zords after seeing that video. I'm really excited to see what they do for a Dragon Zord. I'm actually selling my SOC Megazord and Dragon Zord in anticipation for that.
I'm just gonna have I don't know how many. I'm just gonna have so many because I got the Legacy Megazord and Dragazord. I've got the SOC Megazord and Dragon Zord. I'll probably just hat trick it.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to have multiples on display, like if you want to have the Dino modes, combined modes, I think you can do it. For me, I like the I always liked it better when the Megazord and the Dragon Zord would team up in their individual forms. I always thought that looked much cooler than what they did for the combined forms. Other than Titanus, when it came in on that big Brachiosaurus chariot, I loved that. But at the end of the day, it's the SOCs, they're not fun to mess with. And I mean, the SOCs had the articulation, but they just really weren't that fun to mess with. So I'm.
Did the shows ever show the wake of destruction behind Titanicus as it rolled through like neighborhoods
Angel
and
Grove.
forests and like this track of just wanton destruction.
I think they just assumed that they were, hey, they had insurance. That's our plot point right there.
Zord insurance. Yeah.
That's why I always like the anime Gal Geiger. I took care of that little plot hole real easy.
Yeah. Well, DBZ did a good job too, where Goku's like, hey, maybe we should go to the desert.
Yeah.
He tried to minimize the collateral damage.
And the bad guys were always like, all right, cool. Well, yeah, I don't want to endanger innocence. I'm not that bad. I mean, come on.
Have it your way, Saiyan. All right. Well, next up, we don't normally talk about 1/6. This is gonna make friend of the show, Killer Kevin Womack, very happy.
He ain't in the chat tonight.
No, he's not. So Kev, if you're watching us,
not so much friend of the show.
This shout out. He's a good friend of the show. I actually have have to get him his Vulture. I've had that in my car for a minute now. Sideshow Collectibles is doing a 1/6 scale Crow.
No.
And again, this is one not for me, but this, we've been looking at like the Mezco Crow.
On order.
Yeah. And Sideshow, I think, knocked this one out of the park. You get the guitar. You get the katana, like the detailing. Like look at his boots. You get a Crow figurine. You get remember the part of the movie when his hand gets shot through?
That's what killed him.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool part of the movie. This is just the sculpt here. I mean, you wouldn't expect less from Sideshow, but this is just like completely dead on.
So this is Sideshow and not Hot Toys, right?
Right.
Okay.
So again, we don't normally figure action. Let's see. Did they have a price in here? They do not have a. Oh wait, I'm sorry. $265.
That's right in line with Hot Toys.
He's coming out August/October of 2022. So if you did want this, Dave, you got time.
I got the Mezco coming in. I got the Mezco on pre-order.
Sideshow lets you do payment plans.
Yeah, I think this kind of blows the Mezco out of the water. You get that faux leather trench coat. You can have both looks for him.
Yeah, but no, yeah, I can photo. Mezco's my scale.
Fair enough.
And I do not need to open up this gateway drug. Once you get one. And you justify owning one.
And I'm glad you're here tonight, Matt, because this is, every time I've had Star Wars news as of late, you've been AWOL or bounced. I'm curious what you think of this Figuarts Luke, because, we just talked about the Jedi Knight Luke with that Rancor set. I think this is a terrible likeness. I know, we try to remain positive on figure action, and we try to find the good things, but I think this is a really bad looking Luke. I think this looks terrible.
Emulating the bad CGI face on him.
I don't even think it's doing that. I think this looks like an early Black Series figure.
Yeah. So I may not be the best person to ask. I mean, I'm a big Star Wars fan, but I stay the hell away from SH Figuarts Star Wars. I have two of those figures. I have Jango Fett and I have Last Jedi Rey.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Jango Fett is a disaster of a figure because it can't even stay together. The joints come apart, and it's official. It's not a knockoff. The Last Jedi Rey is an awesome figure, but I have enough Black Series figures that would more than take its place if I never bought it, and I would be happy with that. So at the price point that they have to import and sell them at, they're not worth it to me. Yeah. And their face sculpts have been left in the dust by Black Series, in my opinion.
100%. And like this, even the
Or
soft goods,
not face sculpt, but painting. I mean,
yeah,
face
like
printing.
the prints.
Yeah.
Even the soft goods here look like Black Series quality. It looks like just a piece of felt that somebody like put one stitch in.
So let me show
I need a
you.
friend who can sew.
I'll tell you
Have
what.
them
Let me show you what I got here, real quick. This is Black Series Luke with a custom. Where are we? The custom cape, and that's like I'm good. That cape was about $15. The Black Series Luke is $20. Like I'm happy with that. It's not
versus
the
a $70 figure.
Oh no,
here.
that's going to be more than 70. Most of those Star Wars figures run 100 plus because they have to be brought. Bluefin does not import them.
Yeah, and then this is also coming with the Grogu and R2D2.
Yeah, so you're probably, I don't know if it's been solicited with a price yet.
Not
That's
yet,
usually
no.
a day or two later, but they're not worth it to me. And like, so that Luke that I've got is the one that is the Return of the Jedi that had the jungle gear from the Ewoks from the Endor. When you take the gear off, he's not wearing the right outfit, but I put the fucking cloak over him, so you don't even notice that he's not wearing the right outfit because he's wearing a cloak, which is what the look is. So, and rant. Yeah. I'm done ranting. That's
now we do have a Fig Arts coming out that I think does look good that we can talk about here. Technically, it's Monster Arts, and I was hoping Joe might have been on. This is Godzilla from the Final Wars. Though, Dave, I think this is one that you might appreciate a little bit.
Final Wars.
Final Wars Godzilla.
Yeah,
Maybe
no,
this is one that
I liked Final Wars. Final Wars was a very fun movie. Are we supposed to be looking at something?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I thought I hit the share button.
I'm sitting here like, I'm in
the suspense
right
is
here.
killing me.
Technical difficulties.
That's
Hey, we
good-looking Godzilla.
We got a thing for that, But yeah, I think I really like the proportions on this. Like I'm good with my 2014 Godzilla. I try not to go down rabbit holes. I'm sure Lex is probably still in the chat. She's probably gonna put like a sighing emoji in here.
He bought it, Lex. He bought it.
No, I didn't get this. But thanks to Dave, I'll never get that Kong. So.
That's a good-looking Godzilla, but does he have any effect parts?
I think this is just as is. It doesn't look like he comes with anything.
That's a damn shame.
It doesn't look like he comes with any alternate claws. It really looks like this is a bare bones release.
Claws, but I would love to have a flame of nuclear blast effect.
Price wise, he's $83, which in other times I'd say was high, but in post COVID world with shipping being nuts and
looks a hell of a lot better than that Godzilla from Singularity Project, or whatever the anime thing is.
He buys everything except my ring. Oh, tisk tisk tisk.
Man, you know what?
I told it's funny. I bought a rotisserie chicken for dinner, and it didn't get that roasted. But you were saying, Dave, you told your wife.
Well, no. I always tell what we used to, when we were dating, the more you bug me on things, the less likely they happen.
Sound advice. All right. I wish Joe Crab, if you're watching, pop in the chat. Tell us what you think.
He's asleep. He will be back one day, by the way.
I do. Yeah. I really like this. This is a very tempting Godzilla. I mean, I got the movie one, but I would almost shelve that movie one for this one to park next to my Mecha Godzilla.
I think this is my favorite design from the Japanese Godzillas, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I like the scaling. I like I like it a lot.
Now, you ready for my favorite segment of Figure Action?
So it's time to
Where-
wrap things up, and
Not time to wrap things up yet. We've got a couple more things to talk about, and then we've got to do 2 giveaways. So I need the hype, Dave. I need the hype. I need Owen Wilson to come out and be like, "Wow," and then I need Matthew McConaughey to be all like, "All right." As you get your blanket, as Mr. Todd McFarlane says, "Open your wallet," and he introduces some Batman repaints with a Riddler thrown in for good measure. I've never seen the Adam West Batman in stores. I've seen the Joker. I've seen Robin all over the place. Robin's like a peg warmer, but they're doing the Surf's Up Joker and Batman. I believe these are from Batman the movie.
They are, yeah.
that was just from an episode
Was it an episode? I thought it was the movie.
where they had a surfing contest.
And maybe so. I'm not the biggest expert.
Oh no,
on
the movie. Isn't that the shark repellent shit?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Love the sculpts on these. Other than the fact that they have the old wacky hips.
Wacky.
Yeah, like the they're not even T-jointed. They're just like traditional old 5 POA hips.
There's no chill.
I saw the Batcave in Target the other day, and I mean this stuff moves.
They let you in the store. They let you in the storeroom.
They didn't let me in the storeroom. It was actually out on the shelf. Kato actually is collecting these, so check out Kato's channel. He's got a good review of the Batcave. It's a neat set. I like that they're doing the 66 Batman stuff. The only thing I would want out of it is the Batmobile, so I could put the Thing in it and recreate that one time that Stan Lee was on The Simpsons and ruined
Yeah.
Data's Batmobile with the Thing action figure.
Did he ruin it, or did he improve
I
it?
make it better.
Yeah.
Or broke it, or made it better. That's my favorite Stan Lee cameo of all time. It's cool they're doing this. I remember seeing this. They had the Surf's Up Batman Joker set at Toys R Us for a long time before McFarlane had the license. I don't remember. I think maybe it was a Mattel set, and the Mattel Batman 66 stuff looked pretty good. I just think it's funny enough. Not funny enough. It's funny that like they have no problem distributing Batman in the the regular DC line, but the 66 Batman, you can't find him anywhere. I think that's kind of an absurdity. But I'm sure that the Surf's Up Batman and Joker, you'll see them stinking up Target shelves. Anyway, let's get through the news so we can do these giveaways. The next one is one that's super exciting. This is one that I'm really looking forward to. This is our NECA discussion for the evening. RoboCop is turning 35 years old. RoboCop's one of my favorite movies of all time.
I just recently saw it for the first time.
For the first time?
Yep. But I saw it.
Shit.
But I saw it. It counts.
It does, but holy shit.
Yep.
Really?
And I mean, in my recent, like over like the summer.
What did you think of it?
I bought it. I will watch it again.
Wow.
Have you seen the uncut? Have you seen the missing footage?
See, I wouldn't know what's missing because I haven't seen it before.
I will have to send you the clip. There's that one scene, when he shoots the girl through the dress and he blows the guy's junk off.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's an extended scene from that one. I'll find it for you on the web for you.
So there's
are you talking about the Fensler film one? Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. No, Matt, you need to see that. So yeah, we get a 35th anniversary RoboCop, and he comes with the data chair. I never got a NECA RoboCop, and this one, I think, yes, I think the fact that I waited on it, never got it. Of course he's battle damaged here.
I'll be honest, you weren't missing much. I had it. It was probably the least posable NECA they had.
Yeah.
I sold it. I don't regret selling it. But these look better.
I'm hoping this is a new sculpt.
Well, the fact that the arms look like they're bending is a positive thing.
Yeah. But yeah, I remember the old ones. Like, I mean, obviously it's RoboCop, so I mean, there's only so much you can do for the legs. I mean, they do go at an angle. This Peter Weller, Alex Murphy head, it looks so spot on, like the unmasked head here. You know, I remember seeing people posting pictures of the Hot Toys one. I was like, yeah, it's cool. I love RoboCop. Yes, Roland Rage is right. This NECA RoboCop does exactly what it needs to do. And yeah, he's as posable as in the movie. Yeah, I think you get the right amount of accessories here. I'm hoping this set is probably around the $40 range.
60 for the with the gear with the diagnostic set.
Yeah, I would want to have him sit in the chair, to be honest. Like I would want it for that diagnostic chair.
The one I had, I actually had the one where the thigh opened up.
Oh shit! You get the sniper rifle too.
Yeah, the Cobra assault rifle.
Yeah.
Well, no, there's two versions. There's the battle damage one that comes with the chair, and the non-battle damage one comes with the Cobra assault rifle.
Mm.
And since they're technically two different parts of the movie, you can actually justify owning both of them.
That's true. I would have him in the diagnostic chair unmasked.
I do like that it comes with the gun effect, which is wonderful.
NECA, if you're listening, please make a Clarence Boddicker with Kurtwood Smith's likeness. I'm done arresting you.
Bitches leave.
You think you can fly, Bobby? Now, Matt, did you ever watch That 70s Show?
Yes.
So for me, and I've been a lifelong RoboCop fan. I saw RoboCop before I really should have been allowed to. When I watched RoboCop, I'm sorry, when I watched That 70s Show, I had a completely different image of Red Foreman. Did that alter your image of the character after seeing RoboCop?
It did not.
No.
But did you buy it for $1?
At least Joe uses that meme all the time, and now I understand.
And now you know.
And now I understand it.
Now you Joe. All right, we got one more news piece. This is going to be a quick one. Not really too much to talk about this. Toys R Us, they're opening up a mega store in New Jersey. I hope we see a return of Toys R Us, but I'm, as always, as these news articles pop up, I'm not really gonna
Bet the farm.
Yeah. I think like it's like they're opening up Toys R Us sections in Macy's, but you know, again, I don't want to be negative about it, but you know, Macy's is kind of a dying brand. So it's you know, it's like people are like, "Oh, they're opening this up in Macy's." Well, it's also Macy's.
It's like Summer Glau. Like anything that she gets attached to inevitably gets canceled or dies. So they get attached to Macy's, and now
Summer Glau or Elijah Descu.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
All right. So we ready to do this giveaway or
yes,
giveaways?
Let's do
All
that.
right. So let's set up the wheel with no ads. Okay. So we're going to do advanced options. We're going to do remove choices after landed on. And all right. So number one is going to be for the figure action t-shirt. We're going to save the Starscream for last. Sportimus actually says all my Macy's closed in my area. That's kind of sad there. All right. So for the figure action t-shirt, let's get into it. Throne Games Go. You're the first one out. Next up, Larkin's Lair.
Aww.
KJ Smith is out. Buta no Lee. TM Reviews is out. Sportimus,
Aw.
you just missed it. Hi, Mike Rogers is out.
Purveyor of fine whiskeys.
Chuck C is out. The Toy Villain is out.
Because we're only heroes here.
Well, Toy Villain, you have a chance for an Inutabi's out. You have a chance for the Starscream still.
But he said he won.
Sportimus.
I think it's fake news.
Jose Cortez is out. And Winston's out.
Aw, well, he already has a shirt.
Yeah, but that
true.
would have saved on shipping.
Latchkey Kid is out. Well, it wouldn't make any difference on the shirt. The shirt's a flat rate shipping from Teespring. Dare 27 is out. And Pake is out.
He
Pake would
wouldn't
be
wear
like,
it anyway.
Yeah,
He wouldn't. He'd wipe his ass with it.
Toy Mafia is out. Now we're down to 3.
Ooh, I'm not saying his name because I don't want to jinx him. Crap, I was
Nightwing
thinking
and
about
him's
him.
out. Roland Rage is out, meaning Antoine Lewis is our winner of the figure action shirt. Antoine, we're friends on Facebook, so just let me know what I'll link you to the Teespring site, and just let me know what design you want, what size, and I'll get that ordered for you ASAP. So with that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do apply wheel changes. And now we're going to draw for the Studio Series Bumblebee movie Starscream. We're going to do it just like we did before. Let me make sure that it is the same. Do advanced options here. Make sure that there we go. All right. So this is an elimination round. First out, Pake for life. Yeah,
We know he wouldn't want it.
Yeah, he like, what is this trash? It's T-Man's. Saron Games Go is out.
Aw.
Dare 27 is out. Antoine's out. You can't win both of them.
He got a shirt.
Yeah. Jose Cortez is out. Unfortunately, Toy Mafia is out. Toy Mafia, great dude. Always one of the first folks in the chat. Just got to give him a shout out there. Roland Rage is out.
He's raging.
Unfortunately, Sportimus is out.
He already has the figure.
That's true. Larkin's Lair is out. TM Reviews is out.
Heck, that was probably TM Reviews first before it went to T-Man.
It could have been. Boutino Lee is out.
Boutino Lee, Boutino La, life goes on, yeah.
Unfortunately, Winston is out. Chuck C is out. KJ Smith is out.
I got no jokes for that name.
Latchkey Kid is out.
He's out.
Technically, haven't had any jokes for any of them.
Toy Villain is out. Inutabi is out. We come down to Mike Rogers and Nightwing and them, two great friends of the show.
Two very good people. I can't look. The suspense is killing me.
And Nightwing and them, you have won the Studio Series Starscream.
Oh, well.
Just let me know your shipping address, and I'll relay that over to T-Man. We'll get that figure sent out to you ASAP. So congratulations, my friend. And all right, well, that was a lot of fun. We did 2 wheel-decides. We love all of our audience, but definitely 2 good folks who were winning. Chuck C, great sport there. It's fixed, but congratulating.
Chuck, if you've been a long time viewer of the show, Nightwing and Wing Anything is not fixed.
Yeah, he has been in like every giveaway, so it's cool to see him take one home. So, Nightwinum, Antoine, just get in touch with me. Let me know where I can ship those out to you. Yeah, Antoine, I'll send you the link to our Teespring store so you can pick out what design you want. Let me know your size. Let me know where to ship, and we'll make that happen tomorrow. So I think that's gonna do it for tonight's show. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, so if you haven't already, kill boss to slam that like button. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you ring that notification bell. And I think we'll see you all this time next week. Well, not this time, but 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Figure Action channel on YouTube. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. We love you all, and have a great night and a great weekend.
Goodbye.